don't know what to say about this, Dave. This was a short that blew up for us, and I was interested in what do you think really connected with the people to make so many people view this, so many people comment. It's a great matchup.
Views are one thing. You never know what's going to really take off and what's not. But all the interaction in the comments, I would say, is because if you look at this, is this really an old school versus a new school kind of vibe? And like the Usos are probably the top team of the modern era. You can argue different teams like New Days, the Young Bucks, FTR, but the Usos, they've main evented WrestleMania. They've had the longest reigning championship reigns. They've been in this position so many times. You can really say they're the face of the modern era. And the Road Warriors are still considered by many to be the greatest tag team of all time. I actually recently heard Tommy Dreamer say on Busted Open that you have to consider the Hardy Boys the greatest tag team of all time now, after them winning the NXT tag titles the other night. And obviously the Hardys, longevity, they're in the argument too. But man, so are these two. So I think this is what really just resonated with people, why we got so many comments on it, because this is a competitive debate, and it's really on what you grew up on, probably. If you grew up on the Usos, then they're probably your team. If you grew up on the Road Warriors, they're probably your team. Although I did have a few old school guys told me that they love the Road Warriors, but, the Usos are a better team. Well, that's a matter of opinion.
I mean, I grew up on the Road Warriors, but when I got back into wrestling, it was really kind of the Usos that got me as a tag team. Back then they were wearing the bright colors, doing the native dance as they came out. Yes. But they've really come into their own as they've gone on. They got Jay to a world championship, which was wild. They're really one of those charismatic teams. But, I mean, growing up with the Road Warriors, that was the badass team from when we were kids. There was also the Miracle Violence connection. There was the Steiner brothers. But there was something about the Road Warriors that had that aura, that they were badass, that they were the ones to beat. And they were the first, one of the first tag teams to really go around the world and get championships from different promotions.
I don't think there was a more consistent main event tag team in North America from the 80s and the 90s than the Road Warriors. Where if you look at tag team main events of a pay-per-view, which didn't happen a lot, but when they did, a lot of times they involved the Road Warriors.
Yeah, and I think about teams that have gone from like other promotions to the WWE, how sometimes there's changes to the way they are, how sometimes their presentation hurts them. The Road Warriors, they got a little bit of that WWE magic, but even like Rocco the Doll didn't seem to hurt that. You know what I mean? Like they stayed pretty much who they were when they came in and didn't lose any of that luster.
Well,